Alright. Should be live on my channel.
Okay, sweet. I'm opening it up now. And is this a good game to stream in 16:9 or 4:3?
16:9.
Okay, cool.
It's also 60 frames per second, but if you can't stream it at that, it's not a big deal.
Okay, we're streaming at 60, so.
Alright, nice.
I'm just editing the titles and everything right now.
Alright.
Almost done.
Game audio? Okay. Let me lower that a bit. Just to make sure you're streaming all the audios, right? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, tell me when they can see me and hear me.
They should be able to see you and hear you right now.
Oh, okay.
So
I won't show off anymore.
File select. File select. File select.
okay, so I think we are ready to start. Let me just make sure everything is good, and then we can get a countdown.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. One last thing.
Okay.
Okay, now it should all be good.
Okay.
So I think we can start now.
Alright, give me a countdown.
Okay. You can go in. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, done pretty fast. This is the hero side story. There are two different stories, Hero and Dark Side, but I find that Hero is more interesting for the viewer, so I decided to do this for the marathon. Three different types of playstyles. Action stages, which are the Sonic stages. Hunting stages, which are Knuckles stages, and mech stages, which are Tails levels. This is the first action stage, City Escape, which I'm sure a lot of you know. Pretty fun stage. You're going to see me doing spin dash a lot. Because your spin dash speed is a lot faster than your normal running speed. So you'll see me spin dash everywhere. Whoops. Okay. So the main principle in Sonic Adventure 2 to go fast is to keep your momentum. I'm sure that's true with a lot of games, but especially with this game. Okay. Going well so far. Jump. Okay, nice. Not much to say here. It's a pretty straightforward level. Just go as fast as you can. Don't hit into objects. Don't die. Alright, so here we come to the truck chase section. You can't see where you're going, so you kind of have to judge where the hills are. You want to spin dash just before each hill, because if you go too fast when you go off a hill, you'll end up flying off it. And obviously that's going to slow you down. Here I want to stick to the right, so that I'll jump straight into the goal ring. Nice!
Yes!
154 is a decent time. That's good, good start. 16 stages, 6 action stages, 5 hunting stages, 4 mech stage and 1 driving stage, which you'll see later on. Apparently there's a cursor on screen, but it's not mine, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, I'll fix that.
Alright. Okay, so this is the first boss. Requires 4 hits. What he'll do is he'll fly up just high enough so I can't hit him if I jump from the floor, but there are these boxes on the stage conveniently placed. So all I have to do is somersault, jump onto the box, and then hit his hitbox 4 times. And I'll always get a 21 or 22 here. Oh, exactly 22, so that's nice. Okay. So this is the first hunting stage. The principle of hunting stages is that you have 3 Master Emerald pieces that you have to find, and they're all randomly generated. There's about 36 different locations for each one. So what I've had to do, I found a free piece. So what I've had to do is memorize every single first hint for each piece and relate it to where the location is. So this piece, Armored Carpool, I know is exactly here. I also picked up a free piece, which is where you see either piece 2 or piece 3 earlier, and so you don't have to waste time getting a hint and trying to find it.
Yeah, this is perfect.
It's about 36 different pieces for each one, and there are 3 pieces in each stage, so it's about 100 for each stage, and then there are 5 hunting stages, so that's about 500 pieces you have to remember. Okay, first sort of glimpse at the mech stages. Really straightforward boss fight, literally just point and shoot. You always get about a late 12 here, so that's fine. Okay. So now we come to the first mech stage, and remember what I was saying about momentum. This is the main point where you want to conserve your momentum, because every time you decelerate from a mech, or from Tails' mech, you obviously lose a ton of your speed, but you also lose a ton of time as well. So you're gonna see me like jump around corners and stuff in order to preserve my momentum, or like take turns really carefully, because if you turn too sharply you're gonna lose a lot of speed and a lot of time. Small little fence skip there to skip that elevator. Very nice. Okay, and here we're going to jump on the back side of this elevator. This allows me to do 2 different things. The first thing is that I can shoot an enemy through the wall, which will open up a gate later on and save some time. And the second thing is that I can just jump straight into the next section without having to wait for the gate to come down. Okay. Nice turn. Okay, the camera plays... the camera is kind of just tricky in this section. So one thing with this game that you have to learn is to move with the camera rather than learn how to change the camera, because you can't really change the camera and move at the same time. You have to learn how to move with the camera. Another little fence skip here to skip the elevator. Very nice. Shoot these enemies as fast as you can. There we go. 140. That's a pretty decent time.
Okay. Also, just let me know when is a good time to read donations or tell people about the stream and stuff.
Okay. I'm not sure. I'll definitely let you know.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, next action stage, Metal Harbor. This stage, it's a really open stage. Very easy to fall off if you're not careful. Lots of spin dashing. Small little skip here. Nice. And we're gonna pick up our first upgrade called the Lightspeed Shoes. This allows us to light dash on a chain of rings. Pretty useful. You don't need it to complete Hero Story, but it is faster to just get it. Okay, loop skip. Now you're gonna see me do something called storage here, which is so I'm not gonna be somersaulting under, but I'll still be running straight through without slowing down the somersault. I'll explain storage more when I get onto the Shadow boss fight, which is next. Okay, and this trick is pretty cool. If you spin dash jump off an incline, you gain a huge amount of height, and I use that little ramp at the bottom of the rocket to spin dash jump straight into the spring. That skips a whole bunch. Okay, jump off. Small little boarding section towards the end of the stage. Jump, skip the loop. 126, nice time. Okay, next boss fight is Shadow 1.
Barely made it.
Probably home for the most infamous cutscene in Sonic gaming, which I'm sure a lot of you know about. But you also see me do the storage trick again. So what storage is you keep your somersault hitbox without actually doing the somersault section, or somersault action, so you don't decelerate or you don't slow down, whatever. And this keeps your somersault properties, which decreases your hitbox, so you could just run straight under certain objects you'd normally have to somersault under. Or you can also hit into enemies, which you'll see me do here. So just gonna run straight into Shadow. Pretty useful trick. You see, it has various uses throughout the run. Okay. A lot of faker. Next, this is the third action stage, Green Forest. It's a pretty linear stage as well. It's very bumpy, so it's really easy to just fly straight off hills, which obviously decelerates you. Okay. So another use of storage is something that a lot of people call, or they used to call, instant spin dash, which is where you sort of hold B just before you hit a spring, and oh, I didn't do it there. What that will do is it will decrease the amount of lag time you have to spin dash when you land. So I did it there. So you'll see me like instantly spin dash as soon as I hit the floor after the spring. So that's another use of storage. Okay. Oh, apparently the video broke on the stream.
Yeah, I'm looking to just...
Alright.
Should be good. Maybe all fixed.
Okay. Small little skip. Small little skip there to skip a section of the stage. And another loop skip. Okay.
Good time for donations, by the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, we got $20 from Melrose saying, best of luck with the marathon, guys. Put this towards shifting the Portal 2 credits sing-along into Sonic Adventure 2. Just kidding. Let Talon decide where this goes. Much love, heart.
Haha. Thanks,
Where
Maris.
would you like these $20 to go?
No
Ooh,
problem.
what are some of the incentives coming up?
Was Pie Pusher thing met, Domi? Do you know?
This place sure feels
Have beta ROM content for Crash
no
Bandicoot.
time to lose.
Oh yeah,
I have
that
to
sounds
hurry
fun.
and find the Master Emerald.
Alright, so this is the next hunting stage, Pumpkin Hill. It's about to fall off. Can be in two places, but I always check here because it's the closest. Whoops. Okay, next hint. Sleep behind the pumpkin. That's on Pumpkin Hill Mountain. I'm gonna have to take the rocket up because it's faster than just climbing.
It's closer.
And King of the Hill is on this pumpkin mountain here. You just have to dig for it.
It's closer.
Oops. Alright,
I found him.
not too bad. So the hunting stages have a lot of RNG involved in where the pieces spawn. Some pieces obviously spawn in better locations than others. Usually averages out in a run, but of course you can get good and bad RNG. That was average, I'd say, and Wall Canyon was average as well. So hopefully that continues throughout the run. This is the second mech stage, Mission Street. Fairly boring level, in my opinion. Probably one of the most least interesting out of the run. That's because of something called platform cycles, which is where platforms that you have no control over whether they move up and down or left or right. And they're universally set, so I have to always wait for them before I can move. Like this is an example of a platform cycle. I have to wait for this weight to fall, and then there's another set of platforms coming up, which means I'll always hit the first checkpoint at either 53 or 54, usually 54. And then the checkpoint after I'll always hit at about 140. So yeah, this is always going to be a 53 or 54. I also picked up the hover upgrade, which is going to allow me to do something called hover jumping. So here I'm going to double tap the A button, and that allows me to hover right after I jump, which gives me a little bit of extra height. And so I can clear 2 box heights very easily. Jump down here and hit this ramp. Small trick here, gonna let the weight try and hit me, then hit the switch to ride it up. So this platform cycle is another thing I have to wait for, which means I'll always hit the next checkpoint at 140. Okay. The rest of the level's pretty straightforward, so you can read donations and stuff.
Okay. I don't think we currently have any donations, but I would like to say that if you don't know exactly what SpeedRunsCentral is, or you're new here, SpeedRunsCentral is a 24-hour day long, it's a 7-day long annual marathon bringing runners of a wide variety of games and skill level in order to raise money for Doctors Without Borders, which is a non-profit charity organization, really cool organization here. They do provide medical care for third world countries that cannot adequately afford the care that they need to live in sustainable lives. So really cool charity here. Also, they serve over 60 countries across the world. So we are taking donations for them via PayPal and credit card. And you can check out the donation buttons down below or in the chat.
Okay.
I didn't expect
So this is the third hunting level.
This is gonna be
Luckily I saw another free piece here. Sometimes these come up. It's always nice. Ooh, that's also really nice. So this, I don't have to hit any switches. There are these, this gimmick in the stage where you have to hit switches to change the water level in order to get certain pieces. So like for this piece I need either switch 2 or switch 3. And I probably should have hit switch 2, but it's not a big deal. So yeah, those were extremely good pieces. A 32 is a lot lower than average. So that was really nice RNG. Okay. Next stage is played by Tails, but it's not a mech level, it's the driving stage. Still just as interesting. Cool, different mechanics. The first thing you're going to notice is that I'm going to be drifting throughout the whole thing, and what that does is it removes the speed cap you'd have from normally driving, so you can keep your speed from boosts and from downhill sections, which obviously makes you go faster. Another thing to note while you are drifting is that you're able to do some other cool stuff, which you'll see me do in a minute, as soon as I get into the tunnel. So yeah, this is, it doesn't change the controls at all, but it looks pretty awesome in my opinion. Okay. So here you get boosts. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Hitting cars obviously decelerates you. So here you get boosts every 20 rings you collect, and then when you hit a balloon you can get a boost as well. Not all the time. It's kind of tricky to explain how it works. But this boost strategy I use to manipulate the rings in order to get boosts when I want them. Okay, nice. So another boost here, which I'll use straight away.
Tails, did you find the president?
Alright. I should have gotten more rings from that. I mean, that's a small mistake, but hopefully I should still get a boost. I should still get boosts when I want them. Okay. Alright. So I want to boost here. Ooh, I didn't get a lot of rings, so I'm probably not gonna get a boost now. Yeah, okay. That's not a big deal, because I'll get a boost here instead. And then an extra boost towards the end. So the time for this stage doesn't vary too much. It's always between 2:14 and 2:17 unless I make a huge mistake. That time it was a mid 2:16. And this is about the halfway point in the run. 9 stages done. We have 7 more to go, but the 7 later ones are longer. This game isn't that insane to speedrun. I'd say it's a lot of fun. Like, I definitely enjoy running this game, and the community has been growing, definitely. Okay. So this is where you, this mech stage, you really see the hover upgrade do a lot of work in terms of hover jumping. So I'm going to do a small trick here. Hopefully I don't die from it. So this wall is invisible, and there's a small gap here I could jump through. Nice. Skips a bit of the stage. A lot of times when the game developers didn't think you can like enter a certain section, they didn't make any of the walls solid, which is generally what games do. But I'm going to be abusing that a lot, and you see that in one other instance in this stage. Okay, nice. Yeah, this is the PC Steam version. This game itself is on 5 different consoles. This is the fastest for real time because of the loading times on PC. Again, moving with the camera, very important there, and in pretty much throughout the run. That was close. Okay, here you see hover jump, do some more cool stuff. Nice. Okay. This one doesn't save too much time. In fact, if you don't do it properly, it doesn't save any time, but that went well. Okay. 153. That's a good time. Run's going well. Next stage, Pyramid Cave, has some pretty cool music. And you also get arguably the best upgrade in the game. Definitely my favorite upgrade. So long spin dash in this fast tunnel. Have to manipulate how you move in the tunnel so you don't decelerate too much. Okay. When you jump into an hourglass, because of its hitbox, you gain some height. It's a pretty strange concept, but it's very useful. Okay. Light dash here. Jump, and we pick up this upgrade called the Bounce Bracelet. And this allows you to break the game in very interesting ways, as you'll see right now. We get a small taster of it. So you could do something called the Super Bounce, which is a technique that allows you to bounce really high. I'll explain it more in a minute. Right now, let me just explain this keyed or skip. So if you stand in a specific point and you spin dash and jump, and aim in the correct spot, there's a small collision space between the door and the wall that Sonic can just go straight through. So super bouncing. Super bouncing, basically when you bounce you gain a little bit of extra height. And if you bounce and then hit into a wall, all your horizontal momentum gets converted into vertical momentum. So obviously the faster you go into a wall and bounce, the higher you'll go. And so you could abuse that by spin dashing, and just before you hit into the wall, you do a bounce. So you'll see me do a smaller one here to skip that loop. Very cool technique. You could also do something called gravity control, which you'll see me use to get to the goal ring here. And how that works is when you spin dash off an incline and then bounce, your gravity will remain in that incline position for a small amount of time. And you could use that to skip some cool stuff. You'll see me use it in Final Rush in a very interesting way, which some of you might know. Okay, so probably the hardest hunting stage coming up now. So I check behind me for any free pieces. No free pieces. Angry Man. Okay, so this piece is on the way to Blue Room. 3 different rooms, or 3 different main rooms. Red, blue and green. Blue is this way. And this enemy. Okay, Gola's hideout, that's pretty far away from where I am now. This actually allows me to show off a pretty cool breakout, so hopefully I get it quickly. Oof. I don't like the camera angle I have. Okay, so I broke out of bounds, and that allows me to fly directly here. Pretty cool trick. Okay, so now I'm in green room. So hopefully I get a piece that's close to me. That is not very close to me, unfortunately, so that's back in blue room. So I didn't get the best RNG here, because I had to go from blue to green and then back to blue again. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to enter blue room, and then I'm going to branch off to the left and enter this sort of secret room. And then dig in the center.
It's closer.
Alright, so 121 above average. Average time here is about 110, 115. There are a lot of different clips, especially in the hunting stages. Unfortunately this run doesn't show off a lot of them, but just know that there are.
Huh? Who's there?
Okay, so this boss,
What
the big ghost.
A ghost?
4 hits required on this boss. If you play this game casually, you might remember having to do 4 cycles in order to hit him 4 times. Because after you hit him once, he starts running really fast and you can't catch up to him. But it turns out Knuckles is actually slightly faster than King Boom Boo himself. And so I could do something called the 1 cycle, which you'll see me try to do here. Hopefully I get it. Okay, that's 1. That's 2. That was almost too early. I'll play it safe now, because I don't want to mess it up. So you could actually count the amount of times that he flashes red, and then punch at the correct time. But it's a lot safer to just wait until he turns back white. So that was good. And here comes the the more tricky part of the run. This is probably the most inconsistent part of the. Whoa, hello. Probably the most inconsistent part of the run for me. I have to do that same super bounce trick, but I have to do it on these really small walls. Ugh, this isn't going well. My chat always makes fun of me when I mess up this boss. Yeah, that's it. Every time, every time. Okay. So ideally I want to do this 3 times. Come on. Dude, I'm messing it up. Oh jeez. Okay, that was high. That took a lot longer than I wanted it to. Oh, and now he's doing a spin attack, so he has this second attack where he spins. It's a lot slower, and if you kill him while he's in his spin attack animation, you have to wait for it to finish, and then he'll die. So it's pretty slow. So that was a pretty bad boss fight. Oh, I didn't mean to do. I am good. Wow. People are definitely gonna make fun of me for that one. That's the first death of the run. A really silly death as well. I went too early. Alright. This time it went much better. Could do this swag spin dash jump off his arm, which I missed. Alright. What I was trying to do there is look cool and die, but also finish the boss at the same time like that. But I went too early and I ended up killing myself, so that was interesting. Egg golem every time. Okay. Final mech stage of the run. So there's another platform cycle about halfway into the stage, but this one's a lot tighter than the ones at Mission Street, so I have to play really well at the beginning section. Okay, going well. Hit the switch, jump back. Ooh. Is this a good game? I enjoy it. I'm sure a lot of other people enjoyed this game as a kid. Definitely fun to speedrun in my opinion. But others have different opinions, of course. Okay. Might not make early cycles, which isn't a big deal. It's about 7 seconds. I have to hit this checkpoint at 105, but I don't think I'll make that. Yeah, 106. It's okay. But here's the first big break, I'd say, in the run that you get to see. Discovered pretty recently, I think late 2013, maybe mid. I'm gonna hit this checkpoint for safety. So there's this object here, and if you run and jump into it, it's not extremely consistent, so this might take a few tries. See how it goes. Okay, third try, it's not bad. So that clips me out of bounds. Then I have to fly around the kill planes and drop below the invisible walls. Okay, that's fine. And now I'm completely out of the level boundaries. And I need to fly in sort of a downright direction. I can't change the camera while I move, so I have to just assume that I'm going the correct way. And I'm looking for a big green-black pillar, you'll see what I mean. It's not solid, so I don't want to enter it. Entering it would be bad, because I'll break back into the stage. Okay. Alright, there it is. So then I want to fall about here. You can hear the goal ring. And hit the goal ring from the other side. And I complete the stage. Very nice.
I gotta do better next time.
Okay, final hunting stage coming up. Not as hard as Death Chamber because it's a very open level media herd. But you can get screwed over by RNG very easily. Okay.
Is this an okay time to read donations, or?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. We have a $10 donation from Deg Design. He says, "Hi from Spain. Loving the stream and enjoying it a lot. I hope this $10 are useful. Keep working. I really appreciate this streams." Thank you. And then we also have a $20 donation again from Tay Putty. He says, "Here's 20 bucks as a consolation prize to Talon for dying during the boss fight. He can choose where it goes."
Alright, I'll put it to Crash Bash.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this third piece, it can be in a bunch of different places.
Closer.
Okay, nice. That was average RNG. So this run I had average Wild Canyon, average Pumpkin Hill, very good Aquatic Mine, bad Death Chamber, average
Yeah, this
Media
is
Herd.
perfect.
So it all balanced out in the end, which is what usually happens. Well, if you guys don't like big skips, you're not gonna like what's coming up, I can tell you that right now. But I'm sure a lot of you enjoy them, so you'll definitely
Your emerald, talking to you is a
find
waste of
the
time.
next two stages very fun.
Very well. If that's how you want to play, I will take it from you.
Okay, so that's a really easy boss fight. Basically, when you jump, the AI is programmed to do nothing, so if you repeatedly jump in Drill Claw, you could just chain attacks very easily. Okay, so this next stage is also very broken, as you shall see. Hopefully I can get this trick. First part is fairly straightforward, just go fast. Super bounce, somersault. Now I'm going to hit this checkpoint for safety, because it's a good chance I might mess this up. Hopefully I don't. Okay, so right now I have sideways gravity, and I want to spin dash and jump into this section, and I'll keep my sideways gravity in a place I'm obviously not supposed to have sideways gravity, otherwise I wouldn't be floating on the wall like this. Now I need to land on this ledge. This ledge isn't very kind a lot of the time. Ugh, come on. Okay. I need to hit this artificial chaos in order to continue. Whoops, I homing attacked as soon as I hit it, so now I have to get on the ledge again. Okay. So here I'm just continuing through the level. But this is where things change. I'm going to bounce and break out of the level, and then hopefully hit the goal ring. Very nice. Well, ledge was not very kind to me, unfortunately.
Huh, no problem. You're no match for me.
Okay, so Eggman 2, one of the more difficult ones, but if I play it right it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, jump. Very nice, okay. That's how I want the boss fight to go. Sorry if I'm dropping frames, I've been having some internet issues recently, but and I'm trying to sort it out. Hopefully it's not a big deal.
Oh, no problem. It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Thanks. Alright, final stage, Final Rush, very fitting name. A lot of people like watching this stage because it's pretty fluent, pretty fast. There is a big skip that I could do which saves about 50-40 seconds. However, it's extremely inconsistent. It happens about 1 in every 10 tries approximately. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of people fail this trick.
Does the world record have that?
Yeah, it
Is
does.
bad inconsistent?
Yeah, it's really, that's one thing about going for world record attempts. You could do so well throughout the whole run, and then you get to the trick and you fail it, and it's just hard to reset after it. So it's definitely not marathon safe, so I'm not going to be going for that. But instead, I'll be going for this pretty cool trick called the wall run. See if I can do it. Very nice, okay. So in my opinion, I think that looks a lot cooler than just skipping the whole stage. So it's more entertaining for a marathon setting, definitely.
Nice.
It's good.
Just to remind everyone, we do have donations via PayPal and credit card and debit card, so you can use both of those.
The links for those are in the bio.
Yeah, pretty much everything that we have a command for is in the bio too, so if you don't see us linking it, then you can just go ahead and check out the bio.
Alright, 156, that's actually a really nice time for not doing the skip. Okay.
Just let me know when I should stop the timer, by the way.
Okay, almost finished. Just the final boss. So this is,
Okay.
yeah. So this is Shadow 2. Takes 5 hits. I'm gonna be doing a small trick to manipulate his AI. Hopefully it goes well. So I'm gonna chain 3 homing attacks in a specific time in order to hit him just after he homing attacks, and I can chain the hits, and that's time.
Game over, Shadow.
Alright, that went well, I'd say. Aside from Egg Golem, I'd say that went well.
Sonic, I did it.
Alright. Good run.
Thanks. Definitely enjoyed that. I'd say that, aside from Egg Golem, that went pretty well. Average RNG. Got everything I wanted to get, showed off everything. Only 1 death, so I'm pretty happy with that run.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty cool run.
Thank you.
And everyone in the chat should definitely go follow Talon. I'll post this link right here for you guys.
Thank you, thank you.
There it is. So go follow him. He's really cool. And then upcoming we have Xenernicus doing Portal 2. And he is doing any percent. So stick around for that run.
Oh yeah, that's a good run. Definitely watch that. I'll be in the chat, definitely.
He'll be singing the
And-
credits at the end as well.
Yep, he will. His donation incentive for singing the credits did get met, so he will be doing that at the end of his run.
Alright. Well, thanks for having me. I hope you guys enjoyed the run. All of you in chat.
on the end. You were moved to second
Yep.
room by Gamer Omi.
Okay.